TheSmartLocal.com.
How much did you spend on your wedding last time?
$30,000.
40-50K.
Roughly around 10,000.
20K.
Hi guys, welcome to Hot Take. Wedding conversations are very common topics among people who are adulting. And the first question that always comes to their mind when you talk about weddings would be, how much did you spend on your wedding? So today we're going to find out how much Singaporeans spend on their weddings. And I'm also actually a wedding MC, so I hope to bump into some of my graduated couples. Let's go! How old are you?
47?
47. How long have you been married?
3. COVID time lah.
During COVID, it was a COVID wedding.
Yes.
Can I ask you, how much did you spend on your wedding?
20 to 30,000.
Was it more than expected or less than expected?
More than expected.
Which item exceeded your budget?
The banquet itself lah, because it's limited to 5 packs per table, and then I got about 60 odd tables.
What other things did you got for your wedding? Deco?
Inclusive deco, invitation cards.
MC?
Nope.
No.
Okay.
Do you break even with all the angpaos?
Yes.
Do you have any advice to young people who are planning their weddings right now?
Don't get married too early. That's all I can say. Until you earn enough and you are more stable, and think about it. If not, you'll be in very stressful, especially when it comes to financial.
I've got a couple here who just completed their wedding banquet 1 year ago.
I'm 31.
32.
How much did you spend on your wedding?
Around 20K.
Was it more than expected or less than expected?
More than expected.
Yeah.
What did you spend on made it exceed your budget?
The alcohol. Yeah. We got too high at the middle part of our wedding, and then we decided that, okay, everybody just drink as much as you want.
So you guys decided to open more bottles lah.
Yeah.
So that was the only thing that exceeded.
Yeah.
How many tables?
80. No, not 80. Sorry. 80 guests.
What would you want to take away from your wedding banquet? Or you feel like, I should have had this, during my wedding banquet?
Actually, our wedding pretty much sums up what we really wanted and what we really love.
Only hope for better weather as well.
Yeah, we had bad weather in the afternoon, so we couldn't do our solemnization outside.
Did you guys manage to break even or not with all the angpaos that you've collected?
We did.
Any advice for young people who are actually planning their wedding banquets right now?
Check the weather. Preempt yourself that there is no rain, but if there's rain, you have to have plan B lah. So for us, we had plan B, that's why we shift everything inside.
How old are you and are you married?
I'm 45 and I'm married. Since 2010,
How much did you spend on your wedding?
40-50K.
Was that more than expected or lesser than expected?
It was expected within the planning parameters.
What did you spend most on?
We have the wedding dinner that took up the bulk of the expenses.
Do you think it was worth it?
Yeah, it's actually the memories that you create. So even now and then, you do have flashes of those memorable moments. So I think it was a good investment in that sense.
If given a chance, you would do your wedding banquet again, right? Because you said you created a lot of very fun memories.
Yes, if it's the same woman, because it's something that she values. If you know that there's something that she was looking for, just you can provide for it, just do it.
Do you have any advice for, people who are actually planning for their weddings?
Be very sure that this is the person you want to marry. There are a lot of things that you can only discover after marriage, so you must have open mind to embrace that and to be prepared for that as well. Yeah.
姐姐，你今年几岁
65，
想问你结婚几年了？
41年吧，
哇41年了。我想问你当初你结婚的时候，你花多少钱
大概是5000块吧，
？5000块，在那个年代算是多还是少？
普通吧。
普通。
我们的是比较简单的啦，
OK， 那你总共花在什么地方？
聘金啦，酒席啦，
拍照
就是拍照啦，
那时有没有好像请司仪的这种文化？
没有。
你有什么建议吗？给我们现在的年轻人？就是说，如果他们现在在准备他们的婚礼的话，
如果有钱就办到有钱的咯，没有钱就简单一点咯。
好，谢谢你。How old are you?
I'm 42.
38
So I know that you guys already spent a lot of money on your wedding.
Yeah.
Right? How much?
Roughly around 10,000.
Okay. So can you list me some of the stuff that you spent on?
The wedding hall, the food, drinks, bed, the gift for her.
So is this amount much more than what you expected or lesser than what you expected?
That's what we expect.
And you're also doing your wedding banquet in Malaysia, correct?
Yep. Yeah.
Did that help in saving a lot of money?
Yeah, of course lah.
But how do you ferry your friends and relatives over?
Because the venue is in a hotel, so it's already booked a few rooms for them. So they just come and just.
Do you have any advice for people who are actually planning their wedding now?
Save early, do your calculation, everything. See what's your budget.
Kahwin biasanya kita buat perancangan dahulu. Kita buat perancangan yang matang, kita tahu berapa bajet semua. Nanti okeylah.
Okay. How old are you?
32.
And how long have you been married?
5 years.
How much did you spend on your wedding banquet?
I guess around 30,000.
30,000. How many tables did you have?
About 42 tables back then.
42 tables? That's quite a
Inclusive
lot.
of both sides. Because I have my wedding in Malaysia. Probably
Okay.
they spend lesser lah.
Was 30,000 more than what you expected or less than what you expected?
It's about there.
About that. Do you break even with the angpaos that you got?
Yes.
If I let you plan your wedding again one more time, is there anything that you want to take away? Or you want to add anything?
For decoration, want to make it more grand.
Okay, any advice to young couples who are planning their wedding banquets now?
I think most importantly, the couples must have discussed really thoroughly because most of the time the problems occurs when they're actually fighting over monies, like who have to pay and are you willing to spend this much for this category. The most important part is to not fight over for weddings lah.
How old are you?
I'm 36.
And how long have you been married?
I've been married for almost 2 years.
So can I know how much did you spend on your wedding?
Whole wedding probably around 40,000.
So what did you spend most on?
Banquet table, the pre-wedding shoots and stuff.
Do you think like wedding planning is like very expensive?
I think it really depends on individual. For me, I'm just average. I actually planned my wedding 1.5 years in advance. So I actually sourced out quite many hotels. We went down to really take a look at the banquet halls and everything lah.
Do you break even with all the angpaos?
For the banquet, yes. Yeah, so if you were to include everything, then no lah.
If given a chance, would you like to do it now? Then you can invite like 200 plus people.
If possible, I'd like to invite more people lah. But less people also has an advantage as well. If you were to invite, let's say 200-300 people, right, probably not all of them might be very close to you. Yeah, for 100 packs, actually, those that came down, all of them, they are actually very close to me lah. Yeah, so that's the advantage.
Okay, how old are you?
36.
And are you married?
Yes.
How long have you been married?
9 years.
How much did you spend on your wedding banquet?
I'm not really sure because it wasn't paid by me.
Oh, your husband paid.
More or less lah.
Then how many people did you invite?
It was close to 1,000. We had a combined wedding
Where did you hold your wedding?
at Changi, at Gurame restaurant.
Which item was the most expensive thing?
It was the location itself.
Okay, if you can, redo your wedding again, are there any things that you want to change?
Oh wow. Probably we will make it simpler and not have like 1,000 guests.
Why?
That's too many. Maybe half guests from what we had lah. I mean, other than that, it's okay. It was just like too grand.
Any advice for people who are actually organizing their wedding?
Just spend what you are comfortable with lah. Don't overspend it and no peer pressure. Follow what you actually wanted.
今年几岁？
要60岁咯，
以前你的婚礼的时候，你花大概多少钱？
大概2-3万咯。80年代的时候，
你们是在哪里办那个婚礼？
Penang Road 那 Orchard 在那边，
你请几桌啊？那时候？
差不多30左右咯。
那是酒席一桌大概是多少钱
80年代我花整400块一桌而已。
你有什么建议吗？给现在的年轻人，如果他们现在要办那个婚礼的话，有什
我
么建议
觉得现在办一定会亏，而且现在最好是旅行结婚，越简单越好。
How old are you?
68,
How long have you been married?
30 years plus already.
30 years plus. Okay. How much did you spend on your wedding last time?
$30,000.
$30,000. How was your wedding like last time?
Simple, it's community center, we invite people. When we more we spend on the food itself.
Roughly how much did you spend on your food?
$7,000-8,000 probably. Then I was very young, 30 years old. Whatever spending, my mother and father look after, you see.
Oh.
So actually I never pay any.
Oh, so your parents sponsored your wedding.
Yeah.
So if given a chance, would you want to take away something from your wedding or you want to add more stuff to your wedding?
We don't talk about current situation, I think it's the best that no need to invite so many people. Just invite the close people. A simple restaurant makan.
Last time must invite a lot of people.
Because those people, those days.
Your parents will be unhappy if you don't invite a lot of people.
They got so many relatives, 100 relatives they have.
Okay, so your advice to all the young people now who are actually planning their wedding, keep it small. Don't need to invite so many people.
Yeah, only important people to invite.
Yay! We're done with all interviews, and today we managed to interview a wide variety of interviewees of different ages. Wedding prices have indeed, increased a lot over the years, but I think, that's normal because of inflation, correct? Last time, aunties and uncles told us that, they've just spent like about 4,000 on their weddings, but nowadays we're spending about 40,000 on our weddings. But just spend within your means, and I hope that all of you guys will have your dream wedding. Thank you for watching this episode of Hot Take. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and you may ring the notification bell over here, and please watch our other episodes over here. Bye bye.